We had, for our today's special day, which was just 3 days ago, I was able to get 500 of these that we sold out in basically an airing. Is all that we were able to do with our special exclusive flag core early release that we're going to have in right here. And this is a congratulations eagle. I'll explain why that's critically important here in just a second. I was able to bring a few more back in. One of the things, and one of the reasons our day 3 days ago was so incredibly popular, is that the United States Mint has announced that in 2021, so next year now, when I originally sold it was, you know, next year, they're changing the design of the American Silver Eagle.
Wow.
That, you have to understand, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. That's an incredible deal. And the reason behind that is when they change the design of American coins, they just don't change the designs of American coins. So they've not changed this. So they've made this uninterrupted pretty much since 1986, the American Silver Eagle, and they've all looked exactly like this. The 2021 coins are not going to look like this, okay? So during the 2021 year, they're going to change this. So this is, in essence, this design is at the end of the line. It's the end of an era. This is why it has been so incredibly popular. And this is a proof coin. And so we have the proof coin that we showed earlier. So the proofs, they have the regular Mint State coin, which we sold $12,299. We had our special New Year's Eve edition Mint State American Silver Eagle. We sold only 4,000 of those. So we sold about 16 or 17,000 American Silver Eagles, certified Mint State 70 on that day. Well, the proof Silver Eagles, we don't have anywhere near that, just can't get anywhere near that. The government's just not going to make anywhere near that. If you look down over here, it's denoted by the West Point Mint mark. It's that special proof is not a condition, but a method of manufacturing. So they're made differently. These are the presentation coins made by the United States government. So like I said, the end of the year, this is it. This is the end of the line. Look, and people say, so what do you mean they're changing the design? Is that a big deal? As we mentioned earlier, I'm oldish. In my lifetime, they've never changed the Roosevelt dime. In my lifetime, they have never changed the Kennedy half dollar. In my lifetime, until now, they've never changed the American Silver Eagle. In my lifetime, they've changed the Lincoln cent one time, and not likely to change it again in my lifetime. So it'll have one change. So you're looking, when we call it once in a lifetime opportunities, we mean quite literally once in a lifetime. And that's what because by law, once they change it next year, it has to be a minimum of 25 years before they change it again.
Wow.
Okay, there's a minimum of 25 years before they change it again. So we have the last of, like I said, the king is dead. Long live the king next year, you know, where the 2021 comes in. So we've got the proof eagle. We've got the last of the design. We've got it with this. Now let's talk about the coin. It's certified perfect. It's certified early release. And it is in, for those of you that are familiar, this flag core, which is 100% exclusive to me. I'm the only one that can sell NGC flag core anywhere on the planet. I have got it here. It's the only place you can get it right here, right now, is the congratulations flag core early release that you're going to have. And you're going, okay, $239. But it's not just the last of the coins, the last design, after 35 years, they're changing the design of the American Silver. It's not just the proof coin, which on average is about 100 times rarer than the Mint State coin. It is a subset of rarity out of what they call the congratulations set. If you go out there, the congratulations set is an American Silver Eagle that the United States government puts in this little package that says congratulations. If you go back and look at congratulations Silver Eagles from, they just started making these in 2013. 2013, 14, 15, 16, those first 4 years are gonna average about $800 a coin because it is an even greater subset of value. So you have proof coins, which are 100 times rarer than Mint State coins. You have congratulations Eagles that are going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20 to 30 times rarer than proof coins, which is going to make them literally like 2,000 times rarer than the Mint State coins by mintage. So now you understand when I was able to have 500 that we sold out in a single airing, I was able to bring a few of these back that you're going to see right here, and it is in our exclusive flag core holder. And people say, why do you do the flag core? Well, first of all, it looks really cool. Okay, I know you love it.
I do.
But secondly, what was happening in the coin market is, see, this is the label. And people were just changing these labels up until there was just like a billion different labels. The labelfication of American numismatics, I hated it. And I said, we have to do, I mean, you know, we're kind of a juggernaut in American coin collecting here. So we went to NGC and I said, I need an exclusive core. Let's do flag core. Now, since we've done this, there's people doing all kinds of cores out there, but we're the only one that can do flag core. I'm gonna keep the label the same and simple. So this is it. The early release designation means that it comes from the first 30 days, okay? It comes from the first 30 days. And in this particular coin, it's critically important. And let me explain to you why. As everybody, this information about the design changes getting out into the general public. At first, it wasn't in the general public. There was a very late meeting in November in Philadelphia, basically at the Mint, with about the 15 or 20 largest coin dealers. Of course, we had a seat at the table when they told us about the design change. That is now getting out there. And as people are doing this, what is happening is these early coins, proof coin, mint state coins, are all getting spoken for. So these early release designations, first day of issue, first day of release, all of those issues, I think, are going to bring extra collectability and perhaps extra value. Now, we're going to charge anything extra for them to be able to do that. The secondary thing is the United States government, when they released these American Silver Eagles, are you ready for this? They raised their price 20%. They raised their price 20%. I think about 5% within my last year's price. So we ate 15% of the price increase as well. More importantly, we are giving these to you in absolutely perfect Proof 70 Ultra Cameo condition, which is the ultimate collector condition as well.
If you'd like to order, we don't have a lot. I think that's important for you to know. You want to act quickly, place your order, shop, and not miss it. You're looking at $59.99 with free shipping and handling. And it's an opportunity. It's really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, as Mike has described. And I love that we have just a few available. I was here on New Year's Eve. I know what an exciting record-breaking day that was. And I'm thrilled that you have an opportunity to be a part of this. It's a very exciting story. I would imagine, I mean, something like this, when you first hear the Mint saying, look, this is gonna change, I can imagine, right?
You have to understand, this is like you know, we're pretty staid folk in the numismatic industry. Little things, you know, get us really excited. When they do something like this is a titanic sea change in the numismatic community. And to put it into perspective, the end result is our Today Special Day 3 days ago was the biggest Today Special. And I've sold, on New Year's Eve, I've sold the brand new Silver Eagle every single solitary year for like 20 years.
I've been here, but this year, there was something about this year.
It was incredible. And the reason is the fact that they're changing, the change that is making. The fact that I have less than 500
I want to be a part of it.
We started, you know, and we started with, you know, I sold, and you can see they're clicking down so fast on this, because it's not just the Proof Eagle. It is out of the Congratulations set, which is absolutely critical to the long-term value. If you go back, if it's possible, do we have time? Go to hsn.com, go to 2016 Congratulations Eagle. Okay, the 2016 Congratulations Eagle. And I just want to show you with that. There you go. I've got it. That's just in a regular annex holder that you see right there. Perfect 5-star review, $799. $799 is what you're looking at. They're just from the Congratulations set. This one, from the Congratulations set this year, it's early release. That wasn't first day of issue. That was just 2016 Congratulations set. This is early release. It's Congratulations set. And it's the transition design. They're changing the design next year. And that's what created this phenomenal, like I said, this phenomenal response. And particularly when you start looking at these first releases, early releases, first day of issues, they're becoming increasingly important, because what's happened is collectors have responded to this in an absolutely amazing way. I have seen Silver Eagle sales based on different places, you know, the channels, marketing channels out there. Sales up 20%, 30%, as much as here 50 or 60%. When we had put out 500 of these on the today's special day, we figured that'd be enough for the day. It lasted an airing. We couldn't even sell it the last part of the day. We were sold out of that by 3 p.m. We had to try to go out there. We moved heaven and earth to try to bring a few more in. So remember, it's not just the mint state eagle. It's not just the proof silver eagle. Proof silver eagles, like I said, 100 times rarer than mint state. It is from the congratulations set of 2020. The other thing is they rarely release the congratulations set so incredibly early in the year. Usually the congratulations set is very much later. You know, the congratulations set can oftentimes be May, June, July, August. And this year they released it early. So we want to get this and we want to give you the opportunity to own this now while we can still get it in that early release in our exclusive flag core. And in congratulations right here, if it's any indication from last year, the year before that, Proof 70 is extraordinarily difficult to get. For some reason out of the congratulations set, it is the most difficult to grade of all the Proof American Silver Eagles. I don't think there's any doubt about that. That is 100% the way that it is. Now put it in our exclusive, and look at that coin. I mean, it's kind of, now they're going to change the obverse too, not just the reverse. The reverse has a total redesign. This has a complete and total redesign. John Mercanti's design of this heraldic eagle for 2021 is gone. The obverse is going to also have, it's still going to have that basic design, but they're going to add anti-counterfeiting technology. I'm assuming they're going to do some really cool things in her skirt right here. They're going to do some things out here in the field. They're going to do some things because people counterfeit these. They're incredibly popular. They're incredibly, highly, phenomenally, ridiculously sought after, enough for people to literally fake them. And because of that, that's one of the reasons you want to buy here. Look. I've not been here now going almost, we're starting to go on our 25 years. We're about to hit the 20.
It's phenomenal.
And so what happens is, and it's not by accident.
No.
It's because we give you quality coins at quality prices. And here's the thing that I think is important. When you're buying out there on the internet, and if you want to, you know, that's fine. God bless you for trying. But it's the Wild West out there. And if you want to be a coin cowboy, that's your business out there in the Wild West. But if you want to buy from a place, look, I buy these coins directly from the United States Mint. I send them to NGC. They go into our exclusive flag core holder. All of those things are 100% with that. So we control the provenance from the mint to your home. There's no possible way to get where that's a problem in any way, shape, or form. You get the coins 100% guaranteed authentic because they never leave our hands, the mint hands, right into your hands.
With everyone on the phone lines, we only have about 300.
Now, I have a primetime show tonight.
Oh, it's not going to be.
I'm just telling you, if there's any left, the Bruce says yeah.
She goes, it's not going to be around.